Let's move on to the odds-on favorite here, Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, former Super Bowl winning assistant coach as the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. That earned him, and that tough defense earned him a job with the Atlanta Falcons, where he went on and had a lot of success. And he's a defensive coach, but the biggest thing with him, and the one thing we've talked about and will continue to talk about, leadership. From a head coaching position, from a defensive coordinator position, and then the offense. He is not going to be Vic Fangio, where he says, I'm going to strictly call plays on defense. I'm going to only be in the defensive meeting room. I am going to also care about the offense and put a lot of resources into my offensive staff, who I care about. And my team is not just going to be defense first. We saw every single year but one, like Mase pointed out yesterday, he had a top 10 offense in Atlanta. Now, it helps that he had Kyle Shanahan. It helps
and
that
Matt Ryan.
And it's Steve Sarkisian and Matt Ryan playing
and Julio
in his prime.
Jones.
And Julio Jones, absolutely. But still, he didn't ruin those pieces. How about we say it like that?
And what did we see from the Broncos this year? A waste of guys, not like Julio Jones, but very talented.
It's very
players.
true. And Dan Quinn, the Falcons moved on from him, but he got the defensive coordinating job in Dallas, and only good things continue to come out about him. He's a very, very positive and upbeat guy, so I like that.
Here's the other thing also about Dan Quinn. Yeah, he had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. They were never as good. That offense was never as good on a consistent basis before Dan Quinn arrived, and it wasn't. And obviously, after he got fired a few games into 2020. It wasn't as good after that. The 5 full seasons Dan Quinn was on the job, top 10 offense every year, and really, he went 3 for 3 on OC hires. Kyle Shanahan. They were still a top 10 offense with Steve Sarkisian. They were a top 5 offense in 2019 in total offense with Dirk Cutter, the former Buccaneer head coach, coming over. So that's something that's an attribute. He is really good at identifying coaches who are kind of on the way up or on the way back. Raheem Morris worked on the offensive side under him and also was a defensive coordinator for him. He had Mike McDaniel, a guy we may be talking about as the Broncos OC possibility down the line. Very good at identifying coaches who fit the staff, and that's key to leadership. Vic frankly failed at identifying his OC in 2020 and 2021 for Pat Shurmur. I don't think Dan Quinn would.
And people want to nail Vic Fangio for that, and then don't want to give credit to a Dan Quinn for that skill.
Exactly. That's a skill.
It is identifying offensive coordinators, identifying people that you want around you, hiring coaches, and then coaching those coaches is a skill. It's not just, he lucked into Kyle Shanahan and then everything fell apart after that, which is a narrative that is out there that simply isn't true. The team wasn't ever as good after it, but the offense, like Mase pointed out yesterday, did stay together. So hiring coordinators is a skill. Finding offensive coordinators is a skill. Being open-minded to forward-thinking offensive coordinators is a skill. Dan Quinn has them all.
And what we have not seen, the skill that is so important in this, is being able to identify young quarterbacks in the draft and then develop them. Obviously, he would probably rely on his staff for that, but he would still have to have a big voice in identifying them, and then developing would be on someone else.
There it was. 3 minutes and 30 seconds on Dan Quinn. And I got to admit, guys, Dan Quinn, the more I learn about him, the more I like him. And I know the fans don't like him because he's
3 minutes and 30 seconds. What are you doing
because
here? No. You don't get this extra 30 seconds. No. On to the next one.
I know the fans don't like it because he's defensive. I think there's a lot to like about Dan.
I think he's still the favorite, too.